In Spanish 1, we learned how to conjugate present tense verbs. Today we are going to review present tense AR, ER, and IR verb conjugations. So when you're conjugating verbs, the first thing that you must know are your subject pronouns. Your first subject pronoun is yo. This means I. Tú means you when you're talking to somebody familiar. Él is he, ella, she, and usted is you, formal. Nosotros is we. Vosotros means you all, but only in Spain. Ellos and ellas both mean they. Ellos is they when you're talking about a group of males and females or a group of all males. And ellas means they when you're talking about a group of only females. And then we have ustedes, which means you all and everywhere but Spain. Now when you're conjugating a verb, the first thing you must do is take off its ending. So you're going to take off either the AR, the ER, or the IR. Then you can go ahead and add the ending that corresponds to the subject. So for AR verbs, once you take off the AR verb ending, you can add the following endings to agree with the subject. O, as, a, amos, ais, and an. A few examples of AR verbs are cantar, which means to sing, alquilar, to rent, dibujar, to draw, and hablar, to speak. We have an example with the verb cantar. It says, Shakira canta la loba. Shakira sings the song La Loba. The verb here ends in a because Shakira falls in the él, ella, usted category. Nosotros alquilamos un DVD el viernes. Alquilamos has to agree with nosotros. La chica dibuja mucho en su cuaderno. The girl draws a lot in her notebook. Dibuja matches la chica. It falls into the él, ella, y usted category. And los estudiantes hablan el español. Hablar ends in an because estudiantes falls into the ellos, ellas, y ustedes category. Now, ER verbs, the endings look very similar to AR verbs, but all of the A's are replaced with E's. So your ER verb endings are o, es, a, hemos, eis, and en. A couple of ER verbs that we have learned are the verbs leer, to read, beber, to drink, and comer, to eat. A couple examples of uses of these verbs. Los estudiantes leen muchos libros en la clase de inglés. The verb leer needs to end in en because los estudiantes falls into the ellos, ellas, y ustedes category. Mi amiga y yo bebemos mucha agua. This verb beber needs to end in hemos to agree with mi amiga y yo. And finally, el chico come pizza con frecuencia. Come ends with an E because el chico falls into the él, ella, y usted category. And the final type of verb that we have are IR verbs. These look very similar to the ER verbs. The only difference are the nosotros and the vosotros forms. So your IR verb endings are o, es, e, imos, is, and en. A couple of verbs that we know are the verbs describir and compartir. For example, la maestra describe la gramática a los estudiantes. The teacher describes the grammar to the students. Describe matches la maestra because la maestra falls into the él, ella, y usted category. And los amigos comparten la comida. The friends share the food. Los amigos falls into the ellos, ellas, y ustedes category. So your verb needs to end in en. Now, if you'd like to do a little bit of practice, go ahead and write a sentence for each of these subjects and verbs given.